Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Quest for the Kingslayer on the Social Interrolling YouTube channel. My name is King Spoon, or Keith, and I will be the DM of today's session.
Hello, I am Left Click and I am playing Bresh.
Hey, I'm Calvin, and I'm playing Charles.
I'm Adian, and I'm playing the Fortis.
Alright. Bam. Wow.
That was good.
awesome.
We lost
Good
all
job,
the
guys.
momentum. Fuck. It was right there.
No, I mean, it was fun. That's
Alright.
where, that's
Just
where,
get into it.
that's,
Just get
that's
into it.
whatever,
Just get into
man.
it. Just go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, dude, it's who fucking cares. Anyways, last time on Social Interrolling, this is episode 5 now, so in episode
6.
4, this is...
The 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Bitch, who do you think is sure?
I was a fucking alright, dude, whatever. So, last time, the party was left recovering from the difficult endeavor with the skeleton lord down in the catacombs. However, in their discussions to go talk to Morrigan, there was a bit of discourse with the party. Bresh mentioned talking about the mace with Charles, and the party discussed what their plans would be after talking to Morrigan. However, almost as soon as Horace entered the building to go talk with the older individual, Charles was struck with a poisoned dart of some kind and fell unconscious. Immediately afterwards, some invisible creature came and scooped him up and started running away, and the chase started. Crossbow bolts were fired, spells were slung, and there was a lot of running,
Yeah.
and a strangely low amount of people. At a certain point, it got to more of an all-out brawl than a chase, and after that lasted for a small amount of time, discussions started taking place where the party submitted to capture and accepted defeat. And being tied up and led along to some unknown location in the city is where we'll pick back up.
We got the piss kicked
You
out of
guys
us.
have been led through the city, through areas you didn't even really know were around here. It's all back routes, all side roads. It takes a real long time, and the two people are entirely silent the whole time. Is there anything you guys want to say or do in this time as you're being led along?
Yeah.
All of your weapons are removed from you, and your hands and knees are tied, so you can't really walk very fast.
Charles will be constantly
Well,
complaining about how he
you
doesn't
can
have
walk,
a
but you
face.
can't run. You're gonna be no. You have your mace.
Oh, never mind. Then I'm gonna be.
Yeah, sorry. I should have
Yeah.
said all of your weapons except the mace, because very specifically you were whining about it.
Yeah, bro. Even if
so
I can't
then
use it. Yeah.
the feminine figure in the front, which is currently leading, said to the big guy, "Hey, just fucking leave it. It's easier that way, or quieter that way." Either one.
The Roy Mustang looking guy.
Can I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, how'd you guys stay invisible so long, even after we hit you?
And then after a little bit of the woman will speak up. She says, "Magic."
Ooh, what kind?
Invisibility.
Oh, high tier kind of magic, like what kind?
Clearly not high enough for you to know, lad.
Or press? You're a cleric, not a wizard.
Potato, potato. My magic's at least given to me. All I'm saying is, if you're not familiar with the spell, it's probably out of your wheelhouse, lad.
That's fair. What's the difference between a cleric and a warlock?
Well, I don't quite know how warlocks work. I mean, at least that's the thing. I've heard of clerics from different places serving different gods, and they serve their gods in different ways. For me, I don't really go into a monastery and soak my robes in oil and go humana 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 all day. I am more of the kind where simple acts of charity and preservation of the world around me are ways of giving thanks to the Dagda. I guess the cleric is more of someone who follows their heart, or maybe someone who has conviction that the Almighty, uh, the divine powers that sort of made or protect the world are like, hey, he's a nice lad. We're gonna trust him. So part of it is a little bit of favoritism, I guess, or the Dagda sees potential in me. Whether I see that potential in myself, only time will tell. I guess it's not so much a transaction as a responsibility. That's the way I
And
think about
warlocks
it.
are sugar babies.
Warlocks are more of Warlocks are more of the funny dancer who makes good friends with the rich folk down the block. Gets extra tips in exchange for a bit of booty shaking.
Well, how do you know that? Some of them might have important work.
I'm just assuming. Again, I don't really know about warlocks, mate. I mainly know about, a couple of druids I knew from back home. Some clerics. Other than that, we're not really the
Yeah.
magic type. Most of the
It's
magic
also
we find is just suffused from the nature around us. We're not really the type to talk about that kind of thing.
it's also worth noting it's difficult to discern how someone gets their magic unless it's very obvious. There are different types of magic, obviously. There's divine and arcane, but it's hard to tell just off of a glance. So maybe some of the people that you thought were clerics could be warlocks and vice versa. It's difficult to tell.
That's true. I guess my point
I,
is,
you know, I was just saying it as in like, it's like a thing that
yeah,
you would know.
yeah. I guess my point is that the idea of making a pact or making a deal with something doesn't really fit in with my people. Not really. We're the kind of people where we don't do something unless we mean it. Also because we hold grudges, and so if we don't hold up our end of the bargain, we're gonna get we're gonna find an ox head in our bed. So we really don't like getting into big important deals and stuff because we know we have to hold ourselves to it.
Ah, I see. Well,
At this point now, you'll be reaching the docks, as you can hear the sound of the birds and all of the ships and a lot of talking. You'll probably be somewhere around the
Can we
northeast end of town,
can we
somewhere up here.
see can we see, like, are we blindfolded at all, or are we just looking?
No, no, you guys can walk. Um, and then
also,
right before you like sort of crest over what appears to be the next like sort of row of buildings into the docks, they look at you guys and they say, the woman turns around and she says, "Look, we need to get into the sewers. The entrance is very close to the docks. There are also a lot of people close to the docks. Just keep quiet and keep your heads down. We really don't want to make this difficult."
oh,
All
I
right?
might have a bit difficulty with that. If you can just untie me, it would be much easier.
She fucking she like uh cowboy movie like squints her eyes at you and then says, "Yeah, I'm sure it would. Come on." And then she begins walking again, and larger man he will continue to do so as well.
So,
Hey,
You guys.
hey Keith, wacky question.
Yes.
I'm looking, at the ground, looking for sewer
Yeah.
entrances. So I'm gonna keep my head down, As I keep my head down, can I scan the ground for any, rocks that could potentially be, obscured within my trousers, perhaps.
I mean, maybe, yeah. Like, again, you have your sling ammo pouch, and you've already
Oh, I
mentioned,
still have it? Oh,
yeah. I
word.
mean, they didn't take ammunition off of you.
Oh, sick. All
They
right,
just took
cool.
all of the items that would, do it. They have taken your holy symbol.
That's a little bit
They have
sad.
taken a little cauldron.
All right. Yeah,
Hey,
I remember they took
you,
my cauldron and my shield and
And if
my
you have a
wallet. That makes
spellcasting
sense.
focus as well, Forrest, they probably would have taken that. I don't know if you
right,
do or not. Do you?
it's my tattoo, remember?
Oh yeah, never mind. They can't take that off of
Um,
you.
I have a question, Keith.
Yes.
Since I can change between different sizes with medium creature, could
Yeah.
I, since right now I'm a 6'7" dark elf,
Mm-hmm.
would I theoretically be able to just, slim myself down so the ropes just kind of slip off, so I can just slip out of them if I were to?
Maybe.
Right.
I don't
Alright, fair enough.
know if you would be allowed to shapeshift while restrained, because
Right.
technically you're restrained right now.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Alright.
But just look over Changeling and see if there's any like edge cases, just in case, as I'm describing what's happening. So as you guys sort of move around, you don't really break fully into the docks, just sort of walk along the side of it, as you do see what looks like a little sort of thick metal covering in the ground, as Nova nods to the woman in front nods to the man, and then she lifts up the covering and sort of slides it, and then starts moving down the ladder, and then says, "It's not too far of a drop. You can just jump."
All right, me first, lads. Figure I'm the heaviest, and I'm just gonna thump down in there.
All right.
What's
Yeah,
up?
the chain gives you a bit of a shock, but you're fine.
All right.
You don't take any damage.
How is it? Is the ground like wet where I am, or is it just like brick, or what's the
No,
deal?
no. So as you get down there, and as I assume the rest of the party follows suit,
Yes.
as you guys get down there, it is dirty. Charles, you're the first to notice this.
Yeah.
What with your
Yeah.
prestigious lifestyle, it is not extremely well kept. There are just two long sort of catwalks, and in between is a just pit that is full of sewer water and sludge and nasty. Um,
This place is disgusting.
Home.
Obviously, it's not necessarily like a modern sewer; it's more rudimentary, but it is certainly, it's nasty no matter what. And as you guys get down there, Nova, or the woman in front, I keep saying her. I mean, I'm pretty sure they both have their name,
Yeah, we don't
but
we don't know her name. What are you talking
Whatever.
about?
as she whips out like she moves, throws her pack around, and then pulls out a torch, and then it lights on fire, and she'll throw the pack back over her shoulder and keep walking, holding it in her left hand. In her right, there is still a drawn rapier that she just sort of has out. And you can see the man behind you covers the hole as he slides down the ladder as well, and then begins walking.
Does the man have a pack on him, or is he just wearing clothing? What's his deal?
Yeah. One second, let me go. Cause I know last time I described him as fucking shirtless, so that wouldn't make
Yeah,
sense.
he was shirtless and had like a. Yeah, I was assuming he's wearing pants, but I don't know. Could be wearing a skirt.
Yeah,
for all I know.
he's wearing black pants, very similar to the woman in front. They seem to be a sort of like uniform thing.
Oh, cool.
Very large boots, and he doesn't have a shirt on. I did say that. And he's got these sort of pale white tattoos covering his body. And let me see. Let me get a more accurate description. He's got white hair and a big white beard. It seems to be somewhat well trimmed, and a pretty big mustache, sort of like droops down a bit. Um, currently, he just looks like he's wearing just looks like dark common clothes on his lower body, and then he's not wearing anything else. The woman, the feminine figure, is entirely covered. She's wearing a hood. She's got a face mask. She's got all the whole get up to hide her identity. But when you've looked at her, you can see bits of her very like large black hair, you know, that sometimes gets out from under the hood. And are any of you trying to like remember where you're going? Like, just to be like, hey, I'm
No.
gonna memorize
Charles
these.
was lost in thought about the hot girl he saw in his dreams.
I'm looking.
Horses.
I'm looking for sewer rats.
Horse is looking for like different symbols that thieves use. Thieves Guild.
Okay.
Like look for
You
memorize.
do have Devil Sight, so you can see perfectly fine. And yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check. I'll say.
Angelings have devil's sight?
No,
Warlock
that's an
thing.
Eldritch Invocation
Oh,
thing.
that's trash. Are you kidding me?
It's real nasty down here. The smell sort of puts you off. It's a bit difficult
Oh my
to
god.
keep good attention of your surroundings.
Horrible. Oh.
That was pretty bad. That was a 3 and a 7, even though the 7 didn't matter. Anyways, eventually you guys do end up. What?
Can I say something to the lady?
Yeah, while you guys are walking, totally.
So Stabby Lady. How did you guys know where we were? Did you guys just kind of come out of nowhere? You guys just kind of came out of nowhere and grabbed our friend, took him out. You guys were like following us. What's going on here?
We've known where you are for a while.
No, are you guys fans? Stalkers or something?
She shakes her head and keeps walking.
Are you working? Are you working for that Brandon fella?
Let's get yeah.
No.
Oh, thank goodness we're not going to get murdered.
That was a
Wait.
little terse. I assume you're not on good terms with him then.
That's a way to put it.
That's
What do you guys?
kind of an ass. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, shut up after that. Just like,
Yeah.
taking a little mental note.
And at this,
So,
okay, never mind. Go ahead.
no, sorry.
I was moving on. Start talking. Girl.
So big guy, you're really meaty.
I guess it's one way to put it.
Where you come from?
He doesn't respond.
Not much of a talker. I see.
His face doesn't really change very much either. He's just sort of stone face.
I get it. Bad terms. Horse is gonna shut up at this point.
I'm surprised. It's all right.
Glad
It's
you
supposed to
even
be
knew
awkward
how
and
to
weird
do that.
He doesn't that well.
However, as you guys are walking, eventually the sort of monotonous repeating patterns of these stone sort of mason work and the smell and everything, it seems to break for a little while as you reach what looks like a dead end. And at the end of that is a doorway. It just looks like a normal wooden metal reinforced door.
I'm getting Skyrim vibes.
Now, 1 second. Let me go look at something really quickly.
Go for it.
I don't know. Getting,
The woman walks up and knocks on the door. You can hear the solid just 3 knocks as she waits for a moment, and then a little slide at the top of the door. Who is it? And then you see her move her hands, and then sort of her. Sorry.
Good.
And then she moves her hands, and then you're all behind her, but it appears that she sort of takes off her mask for a moment, and then the voice at the edge of the door goes, "All right, 1 second." Then you hear the sounds of metal moving. You hear like a chain sort of, and the door opens up. It looks quite large. It opens towards the outside as another person wearing near identical attire to the woman in front of you steps out for a moment before like looking around and then stepping back into the door and then motioning you all to enter. That's two more than we expected. And she nods. I assume you guys keep following.
Kind of a package deal.
A
Awesome.
scurry of rats, as they say.
And just slap that down there for a moment.
Assuming that thing in the middle
As
is just a big like support pillar.
yes, as the woman sort of throws her hood back and takes off her mask, you can see the massive breadth
She's so
black
edgy.
hair as she keeps moving down towards this sort of area. You guys notice a door right here as well. All of you moving it sort of just like clump behind her.
She's so edgy, bro. It's like a 2000s girl.
She's a rogue. Also, did you even like participate in 2000 scene culture?
No.
That's what I thought.
I don't
One
even
of
know
my-
what that is.
Then
But
again,
one of
scene
my crap-
culture is different than emo culture, but we're not gonna talk about that.
One of my crappy science teachers were a part of that group.
One of your crappy science teachers was like a scene kid back in the day.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we made fun of them.
What? What do you mean you made fun of
The
your
entire
science?
class did.
That sucks.
Look, she was a horrible teacher, okay?
I guess, dude. That's unfortunate.
Damn, bro.
As she leads you guys through, you can see multiple groups of other people. As you guys move through, as you know, a couple other people just around. And they like look at you guys and they maybe like mutter some things to themselves, but for the most part, it's entirely silent down here.
So
Triple twins.
these are doorways I've seen. Are these doors mostly made of wood?
Yes, these doors are less reinforced than the outside door. The only door that was still reinforced was this one. But other than that, most of these other doors are just normal wooden doors.
Cool.
Oh, nice get up down here.
Be quiet.
Are there any rats that I see on the floor like inside here?
Oh yeah,
Here's
you
the
mentioned looking for rats. Yeah, there are probably rats around. Less so
Sick.
over here, but you probably saw some maybe out near the entrance or
Right.
another one of the rooms.
Cool.
And as she opens, she comes to a set of double doors, and it opens into a much larger room than you were expecting. Sorry, 1 second. I'm doing polygon reveal for the first time in like ever, so I'm figuring out how that works.
I never do polygon reveal on Roll20. What you can do is, oh hey, there you go. Yeah, you got it. This is like
Yeah,
a
it just takes a little while to mash click. There are a lot more support beams here. As the entire area that you guys have been through so far has been lit up with torches mounted on the wall, and now you guys sort of move on through here.
Damn, it's nice, but it's nasty at the same time.
This area is a lot cleaner. Most of the outside of this area is nasty and unkempt, but for the most part, where you've been, there's been a lot less like mold and muck. And as you guys move through, you can see what looked to be a sort of like bedding area. There are a lot of sleeping bags littered about.
Oh,
And then
this
she
is
moves,
where you guys sleep. How nice.
and you can see a lot more people than were about before, and a lot of them aren't wearing the full attire right now. There are a lot of like boxes next to these bags, and they look up at you guys. Some of them sitting, some sharpening weapons, but all of them are silent. You heard a bit of talking before the doors opened, but as soon as those double doors swung open, it was just complete and utter silence. As they sort of corral you guys near this support beam of sorts. Um, the larger man is going to go and untie you all. All of the doors have been closed behind you as well. And then they both step back. And then the woman nods over at the man, and then he looks at her for a second, a bit confused, and then he goes, "Oh, right." And then he walks out. And then she says, "So, you're working with Brendan?"
Uh,
Working is a strong term.
let's uh, let
He
me
raises an eyebrow.
it this way. This was the nature of our relationship with Brendan was a bit involuntary. We're not.
Forced.
That's some way. We're in a bit of a pickle. You know, He's got a little bit of dirt on us, and
A bit
therefore
of a deal.
we appreciate a little bit of leniency towards that. I wouldn't call Brendan necessarily our friend, more so than a thorn in our side. We're just travelers trying to make our way, you know.
Hopefully a future body.
Well, that's his. And then she points down at the mace.
No, it's not. Not anymore.
Well, I can see that. It's on your friend here.
Yeah, he has a weird thing with it. We don't really know what's going on. Pretty sure it's cursed.
Why do you keep saying I have a thing with it?
Dude, you stared at it for like 20 minutes.
You definitely have a thing with it. You gotta admit. I mean, I'm a fan of my. Alright.
Oh.
Well, that changes a lot of things. Tell Gagrin to call off the torture.
Torture what?
Now,
I think that's
this is the hideout and place of the City Strikers. We're a group that despises Brendan and his antics.
Oh, laddie da, glad to make your acquaintance.
Ah, you're vigilantes. I know a group of those as well.
Well, vigilantes are a nice term. We're still thieves, but we're a lot better than whatever the fuck you would call that piece of shit.
So,
Thieves have a code. We have a set of rules, a law. It's just sort of a thing. You know, it's widespread. Often it changes, but for the most part, the core rules are the same.
Case,
Things
would
like
I know the
never
core
steal from
rule?
those below you. No, not at all. You guys were not in any sort of like thieves guild, as much as you were a group, you know,
I
a
see,
ragtag sort of team. And she says things like not stealing from those below you, that sort of stuff. Brendan, which we're all pretty sure isn't his real name, ignores these. He doesn't. It's like he doesn't know what they are. And being a part of one of the biggest crime syndicates in Arlon, you would think he would.
By the way, he has so much influence.
He's kind of the person to pick on the little man a little bit. We just came into town and he already was trying to strong arm us into his work.
I mean, you stole from him, didn't you? That's the only reasonable explanation as to why you'd have the mace.
It's a needed cause.
Okay, listen. If he's as powerful, you know, he could
Look,
just.
I'm not on his side. He stole from the catacombs, and you just stole it back. Which is really fair. But Now that we know that you're not working with him, but against him, that could be used to our favor. And as she says this, the double doors open up again, and the large man walks in, as well as another person, another humanoid shape behind him, wearing a very tall, it looks like almost similar to a top hat. He has a sort of olive green like trench coat that has a collar that comes up and like covers where his mouth would be. But doesn't really have a mouth because he's made of metal. You can see the around like the eyes and the sides of the head that you can see it is entirely metal. I'm gonna say Horace is probably the only one that's seen a Warforged before. Because Charles, you've been in the castle, and Bresh, you live in.
Are they
Like,
common?
in Sonny Mallows, no. They're a lot more common in Toggendur, because that's where they were made.
Are they common here?
History check.
All right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Maybe.
Can I see if I know what these are?
You probably wouldn't, but I will allow a check of some kind. I don't want to do a history check again because I just did it, but that's really the only thing that makes sense in my eyes. So go ahead and do that.
That's better than both of Hayden's voice.
I mean, you've heard of metal men before, but like you were pretty sure it was just fairy tales and shit. Like, it's not really ever been relevant. It's up to you how Charles reacts, if it's mind blowing or not. But it's just not really a thing you've ever experienced or interacted
Or
with.
just intrigued.
Really?
Like
You
it's
don't
really
see those
weird.
around much.
And then, as he walks up, he takes his hands out of the pockets of his trench coat, and he says, and he like kneels down because currently you're all sitting. You got sat down and untied. And he kneels down and then looks at the closest person, which would be Bresh, and he says, "So they're not working with them." And then Nova nods. He says, "Good."
I'm begging your pardon. We are talking about, stealing from the catacombs. I assume that Brandon and his boys are the ones that broke in a couple days ago, messed with some stuff down there.
It's only natural to assume. And
Oh,
he
good. That
stands up
wasn't you guys.
and he reaches a hand out to you, Bresh.
Is he wearing any gloves or anything, or do I see like the weird metal stuff?
Nope. He's got segmented metal fingers.
I turn to the woman. It's like, is this one of your tinker toys? Is he like a speaker or a kind of sort of a
She makes a
golem?
face at you,
Horace
and
chuckles.
then as you're saying this, you get kicked in the stomach
Hey!
by the robot in front of you. Is he just like, I mean, you're sitting down. You might not feel it because of the chain, like, sort of absorbing the impact, but he does kick you, and like, there's some force behind it. And he says, "All right. If we're being rude."
I'm begging your pardon. I'm sorry. You gotta admit, I live in.
Fresh. It's called a Warforge. They're not just any Tinker Toys.
How am I supposed to know that?
They're battle Tinker Toys. Gotta get it right, or else they'll be insulted.
I'm begging your pardon, mister. I didn't mean no foul. Apologize for assuming that you were. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Where are you from?
I'm from Gaelish.
Around.
If you couldn't tell about the everything
And then
about
he
me.
reaches his hand out again, for you.
What do you mean you? Who?
For you, Presh. Yeah, he was closest to you, so he sort of.
Right.
And you take it and he pulls you up to your feet.
Yeah.
And then he's got a very, I mean, you would assume it's a very firm grip. It's like metal grabbing your hand. And then he like shakes it slightly and then moves away and he says,
Gripped.
I'm most commonly referred to as the boss. What is your name?
My name's Bresh. Bresh Den Vayel.
Mm-hmm. And your companions?
I'll
And
let
he
them to introduce
turns over.
themselves.
And he turns over to you two.
Anyone
And
else in particular?
no, not really. Nova is also gonna walk over and then like reach her hand out to help you guys up.
Right. My name's Charles of Konya.
And you?
George.
That's not what you told me.
I go by a couple names.
She pulls out her knife and then brandishes it at you.
Trying to make
Also,
Think
I'm
of our
known as
real one.
Horace. I'm also known as Horace. Different names.
Uh-huh.
And we're trying to make friends here, right, Horace?
Right.
Fucking go
Well, you're
shit.
already on my good side by not liking Brendan. And this is the robot again. Who has now introduced himself as the boss. These
The
are my
boss.
close associates. Gagarin, and then he points at the man. And Nova, and he points over at the woman. We lead the city strikers in an active assault against Brendan and his lackeys.
So you're the kind of people who he would be trying to target, maybe, if he was trying to secure a little bit of his operation.
So you're an anti-criminal criminal group?
If you were trying to make things confusing, that is a way you would put it.
Look, you mind if I ask you a couple questions? You see, well, more than we already have, because honestly, you know, a bit of new
Yeah, it is.
information here.
When he turns his head, it's not it's not anywhere near as fluid and humanoid. It's very snappy and quick. Very obviously like rotating in a non-human fashion. As where forgot to mention it, where his eyes are instead are little tiny like glowing sort of green eye-sized dots, or like eyes, I guess. They're just green circles that move when he turns or looks at things.
So you say you're not a fan of Brandon and his operations, and you, the city strikers, you have a bit of loyalty to the city, do you?
Not necessarily loyalty to Starkport.
Well, you see, that's a wee bit of a concern for us, cause you see, we don't we enjoy Starkport, you know. We're fans of it. We like to see it healthy, but also we kind of got to get going. Problem is, Brandon is kind of got all the balls and bollocks in a vice, if you know what I mean. You see, he's gonna send his, as you say, lackeys. I prefer the term goons. I gotta stick his goons on us if we don't kill some poor sop. About 6 days time. Now, I really don't want to kill anyone who doesn't need killing, you know. Not, especially someone who I
The
don't
leader
know.
of the arena.
Yeah, that's the one. I assume you knew about Brandon not really being a fan of him, do you?
Brendan has been wanting control over the arena for years now.
Well, it seems we've entered a golden opportunity because you see, you know, Brendan is kind of putting us in a position where he expects us to take care of that, and you know, I don't want
We
to
aren't.
do it. You don't want us to do it. I assume.
Well, and then he looks over at the other two people and the woman, um, who was previously staring at just no one in particular in the party, just looking at them. She looks up at him and she says, "It may be better to help them out. Just get them out of the whole situation."
Now, think about it this way. You know, with this information, you could just kill us, and then you know that Brennan's gonna have to hire another person to kill Mr. Blight.
Trust me, I'm considering it.
But consider, keep us alive. He assumes that we're gonna do his job. That gives you guys 6 days of him assuming that we're working for him. So that if we go poking around the arena, get a little bit more information about his plans for this thing. Maybe it could buy you guys time to figure out what you want to do with this information. Since he's setting up a big move, apparently.
As the robot turns again, he turns to the larger man, Gagarin, and he says, "Well, while I admit helping them out might be useful, Brendan has less allies. It could be allies of ours. Force them into some sort of situation. They help us out, keep closer tabs on them than Brendan did, because clearly that didn't work out."
You're right about that one, lad.
And then the boss nods and he says, "How about this? You mentioned you had places to be.
Well,
Where?"
well,
We need to get this guy checked out. Something wrong with him.
well, we got a couple places. We were originally going to go to West Hill, to the capital of Ireland, but things got a little sidetracked when we tried to help out Mr. Morgan at the mausoleum. By the way, is it Morrigan or is it Morgan?
It's Morrigan.
Okay, we were trying to help out Mr. Morgan at the mausoleum. He got a wee bit of trouble when, some dead started cropping back up to the living. And, I'm not a fan of that. No one really is a
And
fan of
then
that. We try and...
As soon as you say dead cropped up, Nova looks over at the Warforged man again. She says, "I knew that's why they weren't going to stop it." And then the Warforged nods and he says, "Continue."
Right, so we're going in and we're thinking, alright, well, this old man is getting the piss scared out of him. How about we, help him out a little bit? Get rid of the bodies, lay them to rest, and maybe, he can help us with some connections to get out of the city, because I don't want to work for Brendan, and maybe helping this guy out not only is a decent thing to do as a human being, but also is a good idea to maybe get us a local connection, that we're severely lacking. We go there, we bash a couple of heads in, and turns out there's this big fuck off skeleton, some king of some sort, some really old Arlonian king or general of some kind. Before the whole shift in regime change happened. So
Is
we
this
go.
really necessary?
No, just a bit of historical context. Point is, we try and bash his head in, he ends up escaping, so now there's this dead skeleton running around. So instead of going straight for West Hill, we were going to try and find him so no other people get hurt. Also because, whatever crown or whatever had on him would probably be nice to have. But that's beside the point. The point is that there's a skeleton running loose that could end up causing a bit of harm to people. And I don't really want that, defiling the natural world and all. So, we're gonna go find that skelly boy, and then we're gonna go and hopefully head to West Hill to see what this blue boy, and I'm going to pat my hand on Charles's shoulder, what this blue boy's fascination with this funny little mace is.
Yeah, and I have to keep around the mace. I don't really care who has it, what's it doing, as long as I'm around the mace.
Yeah, they're both obsessed with the mace. I'm just here to help them out a little bit, like kind of like a babysitter.
No, I'm keeping a watchful eye, no obsession. Different.
We can get you out of the city,
Oh, well, that's splendid news, eh?
but I don't
Yeah.
want you coming back here for the next month minimum.
You don't
You
have
need to
any...
stay out of this.
Got no problem with us, mate.
Sounds good.
Right.
The problem now, when you say here, you mean like in city borders or like? Because again, there's that skeleton.
In
That we can...
Starport.
That's manageable, right, lads?
Depends. I don't really care as long as I'm around the mace, as I said.
Well, that is
And then
really quite
he
generous of an
looks
offer
over
you
at the
have.
two other people, and then Nova says, "When we were watching them, the skeleton went out the back towards the woods. I don't think it would be going into the city anytime soon."
Pretty astute. We figured the same. That's why we're gonna try and take a detour. So instead of going straight to West Hill, we were gonna go north a little bit.
All right. Gagara and Nova, escort them out.
Oh,
Make sure nothing happens to them, and make sure that they leave. And then he turns around, and then he looks at the rest of the people who have sort of now encircled you guys. It seems like in the time that you were talking, they'd all sort of equip their armors, and they have like their daggers and stuff. And he says, "Everything's fine. You can go now." And they all sort of nod and start muttering, and then dispersing back to their own things.
oh, this is
And
actually.
yeah, so if you guys want to say anything else before the moving starts happening, go ahead.
So this little gang of yours seems to be going pretty strong.
Let's save the small talk for when we get out.
Right, this place is kind of dingy.
Speak of getting out. I mean, it's a pretty generous offer letting us just leave the city, actually getting us, smuggling us out on the Brendan's Eye. What made you so inclined to offer
I
that
thought
to
you guys were
us?
just gonna murder me.
Okay, okay, listen, I was trying to explicitly avoid those words, you know?
Look,
What murders?
I don't agree with him, but he's pretty sure that you guys just not being a part of this will be better for everyone, including us.
I'm glad you guys didn't try to murder us. Makes things a lot easier.
Oh, stop talking about the
Can you
murdering.
stop talking? Jesus. She doesn't say Jesus. God,
Dagda!
Oh, excuse
come
me.
on, let's go.
Jeez. Yeah,
And
Right.
you guys can begin heading out of the building. You'll stay in the sewers for a while, but for the most part, it's just a lot of walking. If you guys want to do any more talking, that is, before we get out of here and you interact with them never again, maybe.
I'm gonna ask, so you all gonna give us back our gear, I assume? It's gonna be a little bit of a journey.
I'm gonna need those knives back.
Yes, yes, we can give you back your item.
Thank
Only
you.
when we're out of the city.
So, how long has your group been around?
Longer than you've been here.
Obviously, I just arrived in Starport not too long ago. But did you guys like form around Brandon, like him being in existence, or were you guys here before then?
Brendan.
You guys aren't much of talkers. Pretty serious group.
I'm gonna
You
elbow.
talk too
I'm
much.
gonna elbow Horace.
Charles.
Yeah.
Ah,
Actually, you know what? I'll tap him with the mace instead.
don't
If
touch
you
me with your.
if you draw the mace, the man behind you is gonna go Nova, and then she's gonna turn around and draw the rapier.
I'm gonna just slide it back in and put my hands up.
Don't make me regret not taking that from you. And she puts it back in her pocket. Puts it back in the sheath.
And now I'm just gonna elbow Horace. After.
All right,
You see what I
you
got?
guys can keep walking.
You see what I got? To,
Uh,
you see what I got to deal with, lass?
I pity you.
God. Bruh.
Pity you guys.
know,
You guys
I
probably don't.
would have expected.
You guys
maybe
ever talk? Jeez. Never initiate conversation.
Generally, talking to prisoners isn't my thing.
We're not prisoners. We can break out anytime we wish. Difference.
Really. You were retied up before they left, by the way. And then she turns around and says, try.
Why should I?
Go ahead.
Horace.
I see no need to.
Come on, Horace, prove your point.
Go on. She puts her hands on her hips. Or no, she like crosses her arms and leans against the wall. And she says, go. And Gagger is this really, shut up.
Can I
Go ahead.
because I read the changeling, didn't say anything about being restrained. Can I just loosen my wrists? Wait, do they have our wrists tied up?
Yeah,
Or-
it's wrists and hands are like on your hands there are these thin little leather strips, very tightly woven around like your thumbs and your pinkies that like sort of force your hands together, where you can't like move them very well. You can move like your three other fingers, but you're very like you can't really move your hands very well apart.
I want to make my hands kind of smaller hands. See if I can slip out of them.
You can't change specific parts of your body. You can change
Right.
height, weight, race, face, but
Just make your
like,
weight
So-
super low.
I mean, you could make yourself very thin, but you'd have to do that for the entirety of your body. You can't just shrink your hands.
I see. I'm gonna try. Can they see?
Yes,
Yes, we're all
you
gonna
were
see it.
illuminated by torchlight on this 5-foot wide, or like 4-foot wide walkway next to a bunch of fucking sewer water.
Come on, prove your point.
Well, I could, but I won't.
You're full of shit. Shut up.
No, the sewer is.
It's
Jesus
funny 'cause
Christ.
we came out of a suit.
And she turns around and keeps walking.
All right, when she stops looking at me, I'm gonna slim myself down, just become more scrawny, skinny.
Okay, well, there's a man behind you as well, but you're stupid and probably didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do that and then they immediately fall off.
Walk up and tap her on the shoulder.
I'm gonna kind of
I
just
mean,
try
are you
to.
attempting to pretend that you didn't like? That you
I'm gonna
didn't just
pretend. I'm
remember
just gonna
things?
keep walking with my hands behind my back and try to act like nothing's happened.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go back to my regular self, like what I was like before, not scrawny.
Mm-hmm. Charles, you're okay. So the marching order that I've thought of is it's Bresh, Horace, and then Charles. Charles, are you paying attention to him at all? I assume
I
so.
mean, I mean, after he just got done talking about it, then yeah.
Uh-huh. So he just does a weird little warbly, and now he's not tied up anymore.
Say. I'm gonna whisper, Horace.
What's up?
You're not bound anymore.
I told you so.
No, you told her so.
Whatever, it's fine. Shh, keep it quiet. They won't notice if you don't say anything.
Roll a stealth check.
We
Both
start
of you.
whistling. After that, I'm gonna start whistling.
Roll a
tune.
stealth check, both of you.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Horse is a little sneaky boy.
I'm also a sneaky boy. A bit sneakier than Horace.
Well, more and more. It's not about stealthing, it's more so just keeping quiet.
Yeah. I'm gonna start whistling a tune.
Alright, yeah, that's what we'll say your stealth check is. It distracts.
No,
but yeah,
wait.
you start-
I want to whistle
just-
penis music more fun.
Hey,
Where you
Keith, can I look around me? Is there any like spots
Yeah.
where it's covered in darkness and not like towards? How wide is the tunnel?
going? It's about 15 feet wide, with 4 feet on both sides being a catwalk, and then the rest in the middle just being nasty sewer water.
Hmm. Yeah, no, unless I jump that river, which horse is not going to be able to do. Yeah, never mind. Overtake escape.
Don't be suspicious.
No, I mean you pass ladders every now and then, but they seem, you know, there's no light coming from the top. You know, it seems to be covered. And you guys keep walking until eventually the woman in the front stops. She puts on the face mask, throws over the hood, and then begins climbing up the ladder. And she says, "Come on."
When I first go up the ladder, I'm just going to use both my hands and climb up it. Like
I
normal.
love that.
Well, yeah, no, I mean like the other two can't, and then she's gonna say, "Oh yeah, Gagger and untie them."
What do you mean? I'm
Oh.
already untied.
She's already at the top of the thing, but he's gonna go to Charles and he's gonna get your things off.
While he's doing Charles, I'm just going to start climbing up the ladder.
What? Hey, here you go. What? How did you? You little weasel! You're good shivering it out of the ropes like you're some kind of ferret.
And as you're yelling, Nova will look back down.
Oh, hey.
He's gonna slit our throats.
I'm gonna go to the top now. Just climb out of it.
Yeah,
Stand there.
no, you get out, and she looks at you and she says, "He just said to get you out of the city. So as long as he doesn't find your bodies, that's good enough for him.
Hey, I was just proving a point.
Stay the fuck down.
I'm gonna climb back down.
Not down the ladder, dumbass.
Oh, fine. Thank you.
I mean, shut up."
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Can I lean my head over?
Yeah,
to the...
Bresh, you were climbing up the ladder as he's like, okay, and he like sticks his foot in, and then you hear her shout, "Not down the ladder, dumbass."
Yeah, can I like
And
my
then you
head
get back up.
back over to the big guy, and I'd be like, she's a little bit high strung, aye.
I mean, he's kind of annoying. Plus, the whole, you know, countering one of the biggest crime lords in our law is pretty stressful, I'd think.
You know, you're a wise man. I like you. And I'm gonna head up the ladder.
Hey. I don't get told that much. And then he finishes untying Charles, and he'll, you know, light you up and then go up after you. And then he pushes the cover back over it. And then you guys are in a place you don't really recognize, but then you see Nova point down the road, and then she'll say, or she doesn't actually finish covering it, she just see Nova point down the road, and she says, "It's right over there. Don't talk to the stable master, just walk out of the city."
Oh, right. Well, thanks for getting this far. Hey, and
It was nice meeting you.
I don't think it really was, lad.
This isn't over yet. We'll still be following you. We're just not going to be walking with you now. We're making sure you're getting out.
Right. Well, hey, big guy, what's your name again?
My name's Gagarin.
Hey, Gagarin. Sorry about the arm, mate. You know how it is.
Oh, also sorry for.
It didn't hurt too much. I've been
Sorry
through a
about
lot
that.
worse, I tell you.
Well, you know what? If we ever meet again, which, you know, given the, you know, what Nova's telling us, probably not gonna happen, maybe we could swap a few stories if we met under better circumstances. I wish you luck.
Yeah. Different day, maybe. I'm like a nice guy. Fresh. You can see him sort of like calculating, trying to remember your name for a moment before he says it.
It's a single syllable. Not that bad to remember.
Also, sorry about blasting you too with my hand blasty thing. Sorry about that.
It didn't hurt really that much.
He's gonna look sad a bit. Ah, yes. I'm glad.
And
Alright, we'll get out of your hair before you're tempted to shoot us in the back.
yeah, he's gonna as you guys walk away, he's gonna touch the two fingers like his his pointer and middle finger to his cheek as you guys walk away, and then Nova will reluctantly do the same.
All right, we're getting out. I'm just gonna like keep the pace and be
And
like,
then
getting
you'll
out.
see them just move behind this sort of row of buildings here, and then just disappear.
All right. Well, lads, how about we get our legs to carry us as far north as possible? Because I gotta tell you, I ain't feeling too hot. I want to get out of here before Brendan finds us because I almost shat my pants in that sewer.
Yeah, that's spooky.
It was so nasty. How could anyone be down there for extended periods of time?
You
Hey,
know.
I've had to live in conditions like those. Sometimes you just gotta make do.
Make do because you're in a sewer.
You like my joke?
That was pretty funny. All right, let's get north before we got daylight
And
crawling
you
out from under
guys
us.
begin to exit the city. Now it is about sometime past noon. You can't really get a very good look at it because you guys are just sort of more hurriedly moving out of the city. And if you want to go ahead and place your characters in marching order down here.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom right.
Oh my God, this map is massive.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me actually like pull up. I have my sheet in a separate window, and therefore I have to like re-put it up to get my. Uh-oh.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Forest is
also
just super ahead.
Trying to figure out if it's even gonna load.
I'm gonna be reloading the page because it's not loading correctly for me.
Yeah, I have to reload mine as well. Excuse me.
Nick, what is your... I remember I asked you this, but I'm gonna ask you again. What's your profile picture on Roll20?
Hold on. Like my actual like Roll20 profile picture.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is, if you know, you know.
God damn it.
If you know, dude.
I don't get it.
I know.
Uh,
I'm just gonna get us on the road, and
do
I am
you
going
know?
to. You know
Do
what?
you
I'm
know
gonna
what Nick's
say.
profile picture is?
No, I have no clue. I mean, I can't see it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Here. Do you know what this is?
What? I don't know. Are you gonna send it to me?
No,
No,
it's
it's
my Roll20 profile picture.
Well, I have to turn it on, and then I wanna. I'd have to reload the page to see it, and I don't want to do that. It took forever to look the first time.
Mm. Unfortunate. Well, once you see it, you'll be at a loss for words.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm going to put it back, and I think I want to stay somewhat close to Charles actually.
Also, what's worth noting is before they left, you guys all got any of your equipment back. Your armor was kept on, but if you had other weapons, you're giving back your daggers. You guys are all good.
All right.
Hmm.
I'm going to I'm gonna look at my shield and my wallop a little bit before putting them back on since they were gifts from my family. I'm gonna be like, oh, glad to have you back, lads. And then put my shield. I have a little clasp on my pack so it can just kind of like fit on the back. And my wallop is just at my hip, so I can be
All right.
comfortably packed up. And of course, my sling is my headband, so I'm just gonna tie that back on.
And it would take you guys to get to about here before on the road in front of you, you see what looks like a person laying on the floor, and you can see blood sort of spilling out of what looks to be somewhere around their chest onto the road.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not a good sign. The problem is I don't have any healing.
I don't think
Lads,
they're taking a nap.
I don't think so. Charles, with me. Horace, stay behind a couple paces, will ya?
Fine, whatever. It's not like I want to help them anyways. Jeez, rude.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm having you stay back. And I'm gonna bring Charles up with me. Uh,
So how far behind are you staying, Horace?
An okay amount, like 15 feet, probably 10 feet actually. So like two.
All right.
Right, gonna unclip my shield, so I can have it strapped to my arm as I like begin undoing my pack. So instead of having my pack on my back, I'm gonna have my pack like in my other hand, ready to open. So I'm gonna move up to this man with Charles.
All right.
I wouldn't know if it was man or not. Move up to this person bleeding out. Head up there. And be like, "Oi, oi, you hear us? Hey, make a sound if you're not dead."
You can see them coughing, and you see a bit of like blood come out of their mouth. They say,
No.
"Yeah, you know."
I'm gonna roll him on his back.
And as you do, you couldn't really get a look at the face before, but as you move them, you can see his face is not covered in blood, and he has a slight grin as he says, "Idiot." And you'll let me do a little rolling for one moment.
Uh-oh. He trolled us?
Yeah, bro.
So, Charles, what is your AC?
Let me check. It's 15.
15. All right. So Charles, you two crossbow bolts are fired out from the woods as one of them flies towards Bresh and one of them flies towards you, Charles. I know the one on Bresh doesn't hit because it was an 8, but Charles does hit with a 15. And you take 2 piercing damage, Charles.
I am
Bresh, the
cringing.
crossbow bolt just whistles past your ear.
Oh!
And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, you got that right. Holy crap.
We got trolled so hard.
Yeah, man.
Getting trolled. Oh my god. Why are my rolls so low?
I rolled
Damn it.
initiative, right? You saw that, right?
Because you're bad at D&D.
Well, it's
You're
not that
right.
I'm bad, it's that I'm playing my character.
I need to connect to the spiritual side of D&D in order to roll high.
Initiative. There we go, 18.
They said they're following us, right? Hopefully they'll help.
I said they would get you out of the city.
I thought they
they
said they're
got
going to follow us a little bit afterwards, too.
Oh, well, we'll find out, I guess.
Yep.
I was
Alright,
gonna wait after we save this guy to take a short rest so we can actually have hit points.
Oh, it's terribly inconvenient.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, I wish I had my stupid armor, even though it's stupid.
Yeah, so for some reason the initiative rolled twice. He originally got a 10. I don't know why it said 6.
Bro, we should have just, like, left this guy to die.
Step right. You know Brush can't do that.
Okay.
He would at
Bro,
least
was
get
it-
him like under a tree and try and patch up his wound.
I wonder how he did it. Did he just pour a bunch of Kool-Aid on himself?
Maybe. All I know is that I got no spell slots and 5 hit points. I am gonna go down.
As you guys can see, multiple people coming out from the bushes. And, yeah, so if you guys want, what are you gonna do, Bresh?
Well, I think it's time to take a little split, isn't it?
Potentially.
Alright, what we say we get out here, lads? I am going to put my pack back on, cast Magic Stone, and get the hell out of there. So I am going to just putting my pack on, I assume, like an action.
I could say that's a use an object interaction. I'll allow it,
Okay, cool.
which is free.
In that case, I am going to slap on my pack. I am going to cast Magic Stone, you know, as usual. Gonna have my 3 things. I am going to take the disengage action, and I am going to screw off into the trees. So that's gonna be 1, that's gonna be 5, 15, accounting for diagonals, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna be, lads, I'm gonna be like, alright, let's break ranks, lads!
What?
I'm getting the hell out of here!
All right, and as your turn passes, I should have done this before, but I'm fucking stupid. A crossbow is going to fire. A crossbow bolt shoo, is going to whistle past you guys, and it's going to fire at the captain. And an 18 will hit. As you can see the same hooded figure of what you presume to be Nova.
Sick.
Oh god, the big man. He's gonna beat him up.
Big.
Charles, it's your turn.
Okay. Is this guy counted as prone or no?
Currently he is still on. No, I would say he was like getting up. I wouldn't say he's prone, no, just because like he
Oh man, if he was prone with the mace.
I would have paused.
part of the surprise round thing.
Dang it. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna slam him with a 7.
With a
No, you won't.
7.
You will not actually.
Dang it.
Lord, what are... Oh, yeah, the mate. Brush begins to be like, Lord, what are you doing? And then I remember, oh, yeah, wait. He got that feckin' mace.
Yeah, bro. I need to prove to the hot girl that I'm big and strong.
He's got to improve his KDA.
Yeah, bro.
If his league matches don't start turning up better results,
Not talking
he's
about
gonna
league.
get
No
broken up.
league.
Isn't League one of our banned topics?
You're
It
right,
is.
Sorry.
One more mention and your character's dying.
Right.
I apologize. Oh, 2 big meaty men are approaching me. 3.
3.
Oh. Oh no.
I
I'll
hope
go
they
shoot.
don't
Or
do
it's not a
anything.
meaty man.
What's your AC?
Not 17. It's what's with leather armor? I still have it. Should change it back. I have leather armor, right? So
Leather armor is 11 plus dex.
so it's 15.
All right. Yeah, so one of them's gonna hit, and you're gonna take 2 slashing damage.
Thank goodness. Oh my god, I'm not dead. Alright.
As,
I'm
as
at full hit
and-
points. What are you guys doing?
Well,
And
I have 6.
Charles, so you're gonna take a hit. That's gonna be 6 slashing damage.
Oh, that's a
Charles,
lot more.
hold on. Charles, what are we doing? In Starkport, saving your ass.
Dang.
Well, you're technically out of Starkport now, but
I know, but when we were in Starkport, why aren't we at full? Because we were saving your ass. That's why.
Well, maybe you should be better at what?
I can't believe this.
and
How ungrateful.
the captain
Well, I
is
don't
going to
remember it.
throw a dagger at you, Brush.
Oh,
And that does hit, and it will deal
oh,
3 piercing damage.
not
As
dead
he
yet.
sort of like as he nails you back. It nails you in the back, and he's gonna take a slash at Charles.
Gets me right in like one of the seams. Like,
Yeah, it gets you in the back, somewhere close to like the waist.
that ripped a hole in my
Ugh.
shirt. You fuck off.
And then Charles is gonna swing at you, but that'll be a miss as you bring the mace up, and then it just sort of clangs on the black iron haft. And then it's Gangren's turn. He's gonna come running in. Does have 40 feet of movement. He is a
He's so
move over here,
fast.
and he's gonna start slamming. And by slamming, I mean he's gonna take an unarmed strike against this bandit right here. And it'll deal 6 damage.
Jesus. +7.
And he's going to use. Yeah, he's going to use Flurry of Blows, and he's going to use one of his key points to make 2 more unarmed strikes. One against this guy, and that fucking kills him. So yeah, one against this guy.
Fucking
Fucking beat the
shoves
shit out of him.
like the septum of his nose into his brain or something.
And then
Yeah.
one against this guy over here, and it's going to deal another 6 damage. So, Horace, as you are assailed from all sides, you see Gagarin running in, and he says, "Duck!" And as he runs in, you see him fucking like shoulder slam into the one to your right, just fucking knocking him down, and he's just is not moving. And then around the other one. He's gonna come back with like a sort of back, sort of fist, and he's gonna like slam into his shoulder. And it's your turn.
Thank you. Oh God. I'm gonna.
We said you'd be
Okay.
getting you out of the city.
To run away or not to.
And also worth noting, Bresh, if you move any further into the trees, it will be difficult terrain, as all of the wood here is like super dense.
Yeah.
So you see where this is like normal grass,
Yeah.
and then you see where it gets all like spotty and brown. All of that like brown spot is going to be difficult terrain
I know what you mean.
because it gets all like brushy and shit.
Good to know.
It's not your turn yet. I just thought I'd let you know for whatever you're planning is going to do.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm gonna try and stab this guy with my dagger.
this guy.
Yeah.
All right,
the
go ahead.
one- Ooh. Yeah,
A
that
15
guy.
does hit, and it deals 5 damage, which kills him.
Take that, idiot!
As he's sort of unbalanced by the back like fist, the raw power of this big meaty man, you take this opportunity to get like a jab at his like throat, and he's entirely unprepared for it. And then it is Nova's turn, and she is going to draw her rapier and move up to here. Actually, right here, and then she's gonna throw a dagger at this guy.
Yeah.
And that does not hit, sadly. And just misses. He's gonna dodge out of the way of it as she runs up. All right, Brett, it's your turn. Charles, you're next.
All right.
Yep.
I am going to try and take cover behind one of the trees. So that'd be like there, maybe like one back. Like where would I go for the nearest tree to give me like a smidge
Why
of
isn't this
cover?
working? Okay, see that worked, right? Did that work?
What worked? The dagger attack?
Is rhythm just not? No, I'm talking about. I'm trying to play things in rhythm, and it just refuses to work.
No, yeah, I'm hearing music. I'm hearing D&D battle
Oh.
music.
Me too.
Why? Why is it not
Yeah, so
working
am
for
I.
me? Grrr. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right. So you want to take cover behind a tree? Go ahead, and that'll be the hide action, if you'd like to.
Well, I don't necessarily want to obscure myself. I more just want to give myself cover to fling some rocks. So like,
Okay, sure.
get behind tree, fling rock, duck behind tree, sort of.
Yeah, all right.
So like, he'll probably know where I am in case he wants to come up and get me. But the idea of being
Mhm.
covered from other crossbow fire is the main idea. And so, gonna whoosh behind there, and then I'm going to untie my sling, and I'm gonna put the rock in, take a deep breath, and then I'm going to right into the guy that was on the ground, that was quote unquote bleeding on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, an 8 does not hit, unfortunately. So the stone flies past him and probably lands in the dirt.
Doctor, is this your way of trying to make fun of me for trying to help someone? Kind of getting mixed messages here. And then I'm gonna press my back to the tree and hope that he decides that I'm not a target.
All right, Charles, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? You've just taken a couple of hits. Kind of hurts.
Oh yeah, don't care. Mace peer pressure me.
Uh-huh.
So slam and it'll definitely work this time.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, no, it does not, actually. It does not do that. Is that your turn?
No, I'm gonna action surge because I'm embarrassed.
Okay. All right. You're feeling a little sheepish.
Alright. This will definitely work.
No way it doesn't.
Hey, 24! You'll love to see it.
And I roll 4
hitting
on
this guy?
damage. What?
Are you hitting this guy?
Yeah,
Or the
it's
bandit,
guy on the ground.
No, Gina, quit,
All right.
quit.
Yeah, no, that hits. It deals 5 damage.
You'll love to see it.
Oh, I was really close to a crit. That would have been so nice.
Yeah, you were at 19. Would have been pretty poggers, pretty hyper mega pog champ. Um,
yeah.
and then this bandit's like, oh wow, good for me. He's gonna take the disengage action as you go. He's gonna run into the woods. Still visible and sort of just trudging through bush.
I also want to get beat up.
But this bandit's gonna try and beat you up, Charles. Watch. A 14 doesn't hit, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So it's Bandit Captain's turn. He's gonna take a scimitar attack against you. 23 does hit, and that'll be 5 slashing damage. Coming at you.
I'm
Slice.
cringing. Why can't look? If I miss, they need to miss. But I guess I did attack twice and I missed once and then I hit once, so I guess this is only fair.
Yeah.
And I take 5 damage. Okay.
Yes.
9 HP. Woo! This is your method of getting my health down, so that way Aiden
He's gonna take another
Fresh
scimitar
with
attack against you as well. But a 10 will miss.
Yes. It would have been really cringe if it did hit.
And then you're gonna see Gagarin.
Please don't kill
He's
him. I
gonna run
need
up.
this kill.
And instead of attacking him, he's gonna grab him.
Grapple.
He's gonna get him in a big hug. As he comes up, those same big meaty arms that were grappling you before. Now he's going for this guy.
Let's go. And then we're gonna start a chase sequence.
And then Bandit Captain's gonna roll, and he is going to roll a 1. Okay. Yeah, so Gagarin runs up, and as the guy sort of recovering from the second strike, he just fucking wraps him up, gripping both of his shoulders in a vice grip as he clutches him tightly, and he says, "Get him while he's stuck!" And he's sort of struggling to keep a hold of him. Horace, it's your turn.
Well, make sure no one gets away, you know. Go over here, and I'm gonna snipe this guy with chaos bolt. Yeah, I think it's Eldritch Blast. Sorry,
You have spell slots? Yeah, okay.
that's cantrip.
Yeah, I know. When you said Eldritch Blast, but first you said Chaos Bolt, and I was like, oh,
Ooh,
that is a crit. Look at that. Unfortunately, it is only 6 damage, but it is a crit. As you launch the blast at him, your tattoo goes wow, and it gets him in the back as he's running.
There's no hiding. Even if it gets dark in the forest, I can see it. I guess
mean,
there is hiding.
doesn't matter if it gets dark, if it's behind trees, but you know.
That's fair.
Anova is going to run around, and she's going to go for a rapier attack on the bandit closest to you, Charles. Hiya. 13 does hit. 24 also hits as well, you know, funnily enough, and it deals 8 damage. 8 damage. That's 8. Let me go look up 1 second.
Oh.
All right, Bresh, it is your turn. Charles, you are up next.
All right. Looks like I'm in a wee bit of a better position. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna go here. And I'm going to look at the not like leader man. I'm just gonna look at the other bandit and I'm gonna be like, hey, you wanna live, right?
Oh, yeah. Ow, fuck.
Then fuck.
He's like, he turns around as the woman.
Then fuck
like,
off.
stabs
Fuck
him.
off now. And
Roll the intimidation check.
yeah, thank you. I really don't want to kill him, but like, oh man, I gotta kill his boss. All right, intimidation 13.
All right, you don't know if it worked or not.
Fuck off now.
He doesn't show much visible change.
All right, I am going to present my little pewter cauldron, and I am going to drop a little bit of honey in it, and I am going to speak a word of radiance, so that each creature of your choice that you can see within range must make a con save or take 1d6 radiant damage. I am going to choose the captain. just him, and I'm going to go, say in Scotty, just saying like ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Mm. That fails. And he takes 2 radiant damage.
Not a lot, but you know what? It's something. It's something. It's something.
I almost did
Didn't wanna-
21. That is
Didn't
not
want to
correct.
wallop him. I really just want to have him burned by the Dogda.
All right, Charles. It's your turn.
My chance to shine.
The one to the right. It's weak. Kill it.
Heal up.
The words.
Calvin, can you move
Hold
closer
on,
to your
let me-
microphone? It's really bad.
Can you do a prayer for me, Brush?
I told him to fuck
Give
off.
him his funeral right. Give him his funeral rites really quickly.
What prayer? What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing. And then sweet.
Fucking
Now let me go look at what the roll results were. Wait. Oh, let's mess it
Yeah.
up.
It was a 23 to hit with 9 bludgeoning damage. He is
Okay.
dead as you swing the mace and then sort of collide it to his head. It's you're talking to this
There we
one, right? Or you're
go.
talking to the
Yeah.
bandit captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, he dies. And you get charged as you slam it into
Finally.
his face, and he crumbles to the ground, bleeding, and is moaning in pain before he quiets down and dies.
Finally. I got a kill with this goblin.
As the sort of the curved edges of the mace dig into his flesh as you rip it away from him, and he fucking dies, dude. The only bandit that's left is this guy, and at this point he will have half cover against you, Horace, as he's moving deeper into the forest. It's kind of hard to see him with all the bushes and the trees and shit, but oh wait, I forgot. You can take the dash action. Now it's the bandit captain's turn, and all he can do at the end of this turn is attempt to break through the grapple, which will fail. Wow, he is rolling badly. Okay, it's Gagarin's turn. He can't really do much other than just hold him. So he's gonna keep doing that. And he's gonna attempt to like pull him to with him, and he's gonna like move him and just sort of like present him to the rest of the party with his back to the forest. As he has him in a and kind of almost a headlock at this point, but it's kind of like failing because he's still resisting a lot. And Horace, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go to like right here. Let's,
All right.
and then I'm gonna throw a dagger at his face.
Mm-hmm. At his face or just at him?
Let's go at his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it hits. It'll deal 6 damage. I mean, it doesn't like stick in him, but it does cut him as you throw it into the skins over his flesh.
Ah, take that. Fucking.
And Nova's going to step over the body of the man, and then she's going to go for another rapier attack at him. Whoops. That's wrong
Hopefully
button.
she misses. I don't think.
23 does hit. I'll deal 6 damage.
Oh. Oh wait, no, it didn't kill him. Okay.
No.
I'm scared.
No, it's one. Now, that'll be her turn. She doesn't really have much else. Actually, no, wait. She had advantage. Does she roll sneak attack? I was wrong.
Oh my god, bro.
I mean, another 9 damage.
Holy poly, that's so hot.
Sneak attack is 2d6. You do deal greatsword damage because you're a rogue and you have advantage.
Holy poly.
Bresh,
getting
it's your
a-
turn. Charles, you're up next.
He went nervous.
Right. I'm thinking. I'm gonna go up to him and I say, well, seems like you've led this merry band of people to a life of crime. I'm not really a fan of that. So this time I'm putting the pewter cauldron back on my hip. I'm taking out the wallop. And this guy I have no remorse about. I am going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's currently trying to wiggle free, or sort of pry himself out of Gagarin's grasp,
So
but
I
he's a big
assume that
fucking guy.
since he is still grappled, I have advantage on this.
Yeah,
21. Whoop.
now it does hit at 9 damage.
I'm going
And
like collarbone.
yeah, no, you hit him in the sort of upper chest area. And you know, the hearty thwack of wood on bone. Charles, go ahead, it's your turn. I
Right.
assume that's it for you, Josh.
Let's trash on this nerd. All right. Wow. Woo! I'm gonna use the D4.
20 does hit. You okay?
Woo! This will totally kill him, right, Keith? Right!
Already was going to. He
Oh
dies.
no, it's possible.
Um,
yeah, I get the charge back.
it's
Woo!
+2. Yeah, no. He does as you bring the mace down onto his head, and it sticks in his skull as you can hear the crack and the sickening rip of flesh as he pulls the mace away as it like cuts over his head because of the metal. But he is super dead. Yeah.
Charles feels more awesome right now than he did whenever he first talked to a girl.
All right. And then initiative is.
Wait. Oh, I
over.
want to try to snipe this guy.
You can throw one last spell at him, and when it doesn't kill him,
Be sad.
initiative's over because he's really far away.
Oh
Damn.
my god.
A
Oh,
14
yeah.
does not hit with half cover.
Could we take the other one?
No.
Let
No.
let him go, Horace.
Damn it.
He's
That's
gonna
such
Yeah,
bad
he's gonna be
The tree as
thinking
he runs off.
quite a lot about the career choices he's made.
Yeah.
That's such high damage.
I am going
What
to
is-
just sit on the road and then like starfish on my back and be like,
You two are real lucky we were still following you.
yeah, like we can't catch a break, can we? And
It's
still,
obvious that you're hurt. There's a church up ahead, a little over there, and then she points at this road.
you know,
It's full of a bunch of weird people, but they'll probably help you. Just go ask them for something.
great. I would also love to have all the bruises and the hole in my chest that you two gave me checked out as well. Not that I'm ungrateful for your help, I'm gonna need a minute. And I'm just gonna like just lay on the road on my back, like
Thank you for the help.
It was no problem. See you guys. And then you can see Gagarin sort of waving back at you before he turns around and then walks away.
Can I search the bodies?
And as they're walking away, Nova says, "You're probably gonna want to get the bodies off the road. Pretty popular one."
we'll do last.
I'm gonna-
like weakly lift a thumbs up
I'm gonna
before
start
slamming
dragging
down on the ground.
the bodies away while I'm inspecting them for daggers. Or just whatever.
Uh-huh.
Mostly daggers.
The captain has a dagger.
Sick. Also, I'm gonna pick up my daggers.
You threw one, but all right.
I lost one, so now I'm back to my kind of original. So. Yep.
Other than that, I'd say you find 7 silver pieces and 3 gold pieces in total.
Oh, nice. Murder makes
So
money.
inspecting over them. Also worth noting, you know, each of the normal bandits has a bit of armor and, you know, weapons on them, but I assume you're not going to be keeping all of that, so it's not really
Nope.
important.
Yes, I don't really care about this. All right.
And the captain himself has an extra 2 gold on him.
I'm gonna like
So in total, 5 gold and 7 silver.
And you should give all of that to Charles, so he remains.
I'm gonna give them 2 gold.
you're gonna give me 2 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be
He's gonna
like,
give each and
it's
every
gonna
one
like
for himself.
hit my head and be like, thanks. Gonna like
This will pay for the
roll.
wings.
I'm
I'm
gonna
And
now back up to 30.
gonna like roll over back to my stomach and like slowly
as you
get
guys
up.
now are
I'm
getting,
gonna
as you're getting up, you see a couple of people on horses, and then like a wagon behind them as they're moving through, and you guys can just sort of quickly get off the road.
can I take off my leather armor?
Yeah, while you're waiting, you can doff it, but it's getting kind of hot here. It's sort of in the afternoon. It's a bit heated, especially for you, Horace, and Bresh, who are not acclimated to this heat at all. It's starting to the sun's starting to bear down on you.
What say we get under some trees so we can take a wee nappy? I'm gonna like
Uh,
do the old man thing where I like put my hands on my lower back and like stretch a little bit, like oh.
oh, wouldn't that put your hand right where you got a knife in you? In your
Yeah, that
lower hip?
probably hurt a lot more than you expect.
Yeah, like I first like try and crack my back. I'm like, oh, that was a good idea. I, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to. I'm gonna
let's
have to
just
patch that up in the morning.
let's just take a break. We can walk up
All right, I'm
after.
going to. So you say the band leader had a scimitar?
Yes, all of them had scimitars on them.
I'm gonna grab the captain's scimitar. I'm just gonna take it with me as we leave.
All right. It has a little it has on the end on the hilt is dangling a little string, and on that string there's a little feather and little it looks like a seashell
Ooh,
sort of tied through it.
that's pretty neat. I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna mosey on into the trees a little bit more towards the north and like get a good maybe like quarter mile in, find a tree to just take a short rest at, take off my armor, take off my shirt, and then look at the rip in it and start repairing it as I take a short rest.
Hey, Keith.
All right. What's up?
So you know how I have the dueling feat or ability?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you put that into my base or not?
What do you mean?
Oh well, it's a +2 if I have with my weapon, as long as I have no more other weapons in it. With
Yes.
I think you should probably make that like
oh,
maybe a
how's that
damage.
factored in?
Actually, what you can do, you can add a global damage modifier field where you can like just put dueling damage +2 and then check the box when the dueling thing is met. I can show you how to do it when we go on break, which should be somewhat soon.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take our break now. I was gonna. All right. That was a cool episode, everybody. That was pretty fun. Did a lot of talking.
Man, the gag.
Horace did a little bit more than everyone else, and then they got ambushed.
Man,
Hope
the
you guys
gag.
enjoyed episode of Social and Rolling, and see you guys next time.
Quest for the
Like and
Kingslayer.
subscribe.
Quest for the
Quest for the Kingslayer,
Kingslayer.
episode 6 next
The
time. That's what's gonna be
party
next time.
cannot catch a break.
I will never let them
Nope.
ever.
Arlon is crazy. It get crazy out in these streets.